Why don't you eat these grasshoppers, dog? Those are the winners from the last private group video. These are called yarn needles, crafting needles, carpet needles. You can get whatever you want. You could really probably do this with just a normal, even little hand needle. But what I'm doing is I'm going to fix this tarp out here that ripped loose. And I'm using yellow thread just so it's easy for you guys to see this. So what you're going to need when you have a grommet tear out the corner of a tarp, you're going to need a golf ball. You can do it with a rock. You can do it with all kinds of things. I am going to use this needle and this thread here, right there. Half it. I'm not going to use even probably a tenth of this. I've got way more than I need here. But what I have is this tarp and the corners ripped out. So bring it over here where you guys can see it. Just drive this through. I am not a hand sewing guy. And now I'm just going to take this, kind of tie some really poor knots in this. Lance showed me this years ago when we had some tarps that had ripped, and he just put, I think he put some rocks in there and then tied it off 550. Dental floss works really good. It's waxed and it kind of sticks to itself. There it is. And what this is going to give me, it's going to give me something to girth hitch off of and put this back up on the awning here. These needles, these craft needles, they're dull. They're not going to poke you. Not that that matters. Use whatever you have. But you can see that snap link up there, and you can see this one here, how I have some 1/2 inch tubular. You can use 550, quarter, whatever. But I'm basically going to make a loop, and I'm going to use tubular just because I have it. And I'm going to girth hitch it around here, and then I'm going to clip it up there, and it's going to pull this whole thing back up so that when it's damp at night, you don't have to touch it and get your head all wet when you're watering. And it will also provide a little more shade than what it is now where it's fallen. So once I have that, I'll show you that. I'm not going to do that right now. It requires a ladder, and I've got people coming in, so I got to get the gates open. What's the way to do this? I ain't a painter. I don't even play one on TV. I actually did a couple jobs with a dude that had a painting company, but he had a sprayer, and I was the dude that used the roller. So what side of these do we want to use? Do I want the side with the divot, or do I want the flat side? I think I'm going to do the flat side on this one. I don't even know what the divot side's for, if it means something or if it's just for looks on that side. But I'm going to paint this side first with primer. Says it's 1 coat, and then we'll come back and paint them with black. So I'm going to try to get some of these done right now, and you can tell me how I did it wrong, but by the time you get around to telling me, it'll be long done. So what's the right way to do this? This is almost pushing and not rolling. Do I want to put less on and do it like this, or do I want it heavy? Should I just keep going back and forth till it's coated, or should I leave it like this and put a couple of coats on it? I have no idea what the right way to do this is. All right, what time is it? 9:10. So about an hour. I rolled all these first coat. They don't look bad as it is. I wouldn't be mad if we stuck them on the wall like that where you can see the grain. But black's going over them. The question is, do I need a second coat of Kills? Now the kid at the store, I told him I'm putting it on raw pine. He said you don't. He said just coat once with Kills, cover it up with the black. Should be a 1 coat. And I guess we can always put a second coat of black if we need to. I've got a gallon. This didn't even take, hell, it didn't even take probably 1/10 of a gallon to do this. So glad I didn't buy 5 gallons, which was my first gut feeling was buy 5 gallons. But here it is painted. I'm gonna go wash up and get second breakfast. Boop, boop, boop.
Start throwing this.
These are all little fish. Here's a ton here too. These little bluegill aren't what we put in here, I don't think. Man, tons of fish.
We'll see big ones right here.
Go in the water.
There's a shadow right over there.
Go in the water. You are getting slime all. You're not getting behind me. You'll push me in the water. Where did you go? Where did you go? Why don't you eat these grasshoppers, dog? Hello. 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 Stress to you enough. Do not let that nozzle flip back and squirt gas in your eyes. 1 bar under full. That'll do what we need to do for today. Fuck. I put the rest of those on the floor because I was concerned the weight might collapse the trash can, and it did. All right, we're just after 9 o'clock. Got these painted. We'll see what they look like once they dry. I think they're gonna need another coat, but we'll see.
Trying to tear us down,